Right then, looks like we are live. So, hi there, everyone who is obviously watching on the replay, as no one has joined the chat yet. So, what I'm going to do today, I'll just quickly explain, and then obviously that gives some people time to actually get into the live stream as well in the chat. But what I'm going to do today is actually do some live eBay research. So, I had the idea last week to do kind of one of these videos, a desktop view video where I just obviously I picked up some items and we're just going to research them together basically on eBay. So I thought it'd be pretty cool. It'd give people an insight into how I kind of do my research. It's not really any different to anyone else's research, but I think that for other people who may be a little bit more new to reselling, it'll certainly help them view someone actually doing research, and also it might be quite interesting to see the kind of items I've got and stuff like that. So it's quite, and it ties in quite nicely with actually getting the items and showing you the items and actually what kind of prices I expect to get back, and I can actually show you that rather than just tell you the kind of prices. Oh, the webcam's going a bit crazy. I think the lighting's a little bit low. I might turn this light on here to see if that helps. It might not help that much, but it seems to be a bit low. But don't worry, I'm actually going to go onto my desktop anyway, so you won't necessarily need to look at me. While we've got loads of people jumping in, we've got George Ross currently sorting stock and surrounded by tat. I exactly know what you mean, George. Tat Peddler, Alex Mudge is that? Kay Horsley, and yeah, I think that's about. Oh, and Original next. I think resellers need to tell the truth about how reselling doesn't always sell well. How do you mean? Like, do you mean like items don't sell well specifically? Yeah, there's. I mean, I try and be quite open on my channel. I try and be, I try and kind of say, if I think I've made a fail, I will just say it's not great. Now, sometimes what I do on videos is I might be a little bit ignorant to research or to, the prices I can actually get for items. So sometimes I'll say to you it's worth something, and then I'll check and I might be slightly off. Like I might be, a few quid off, usually about five off, something like that. So you've always got to kind of take it with a pinch of salt, the information you're getting from these videos. But this is kind of why I wanted to do this video, because you are actually seeing eBay sold prices. So without further ado, I'm not going to ramble anymore. We'll get on with it. So I got a set of these weighed pigs. So I'll show you on the stream here. I got a set of these weighed pigs, as you see, ceramic ones. I believe they are money banks, and piggy banks, obviously. And I think you got these a while ago, maybe 80s or something. I'm not sure. Maybe not that far back, but a while ago with NatWest. So I'll just show you the set. We've got, I think there might be a slight bit of fading to them, but I'm not too sure. They look fairly. There is one of them in particular, though. It's actually the baby one here that does look a little bit off colour. I'm not sure whether it is or not, but it looks a little bit like it's faded slightly. But as you can see, we've got all these. We've got all these ones here. So we've got 5 of them in total. Now, I got a big bundle from a charity shop today for $34.99. So if I worked out how much these cost me, maybe these were kind of the most attractive thing in the bundle. So these maybe cost me 15 to 20 quid, let's say. So you could say I paid a fair whack for them, which I probably did. But now I'm going to switch over to the computer here. So you should be on the desktop now. So at least that'll get out the horrible kind of webcam blurriness or whatever that was on it. I'll just quickly check back in the chat. You'll need to shut the door curtains to sort the darkness. Yeah, I will do actually. I'll remember that for next time actually, George. George says, yeah, they came out in the 80s with child savings accounts. So that's what they're. So they came out in the 80s with child savings accounts, George says. And George is very well up on his vintage. You got a different pig every time you hit a certain amount. I've had a rare gold one before and sold it for £300. Wow. So we're going to go onto eBay now. Nothing fancy, just the eBay homepage. And I'm just going to type in something like NatWest. Should I put NatWest piggy banks? I think we'll start with, and see what comes up. So I'll go on buy it now because I like to go on buy it now. And as you can see, we're all over the place on buy it now. We've got someone 40 quid collection only for the set, someone 60 quid collection, with postage, someone 70 quid. But obviously this is just listed prices, so you can't go off that. You have to go off sold. So we're going to come down here to sold listings. Now, I know some people do completed and sold. I generally just tick sold, but for the purposes of this video, I'll click completed as well, just so you can show, so I can show you the ones that obviously didn't sell. I believe that's what completed is, where they were listed and they came to the end of their run and they didn't actually sell. But basically, I'm trying to find a full set. So we've got a full set here gone for 40 quid plus postage. Vintage 1980s Wade NatWest Pig money boxes. We've got a full set there. This looks like, let's just go into this one here. Let me go into this one here. So as you can see down here, we've got a full set, and that is the same set. I believe that's the same. Yeah, they're the same ones as I've got. And they went for 50 plus a tenner postage, so 60 quid in total. So I'm quite happy with that if I could get that. So we'll scroll down, do a bit more research. I did find, yeah, here's one. So NatWest Wade Cerner Faniel Father Money Box Pig, and that is this one. Obviously, I think you can see that there. And I actually saw that one on a couple of occasions on Complete and Sold go for around the £30 mark, 25 to £30. So whether it would be worth separating that one off and selling the other 4, I'm not sure. But I think that maybe the best thing to do is sell them in a set. Now, you can see here a complete set of original NatWest piggy banks by Wade. That didn't sell at 70 quid there for plus the postage. So maybe 70 is a little bit high. Maybe that's pushing it a little bit. We've got 9 there for 115 that obviously didn't sell either. But then, then you've got another set there for 70 and that's sold. So yeah, and it says that original stoppers. So when you're doing, well, what I do with research is I actually look for things in the titles that might give me a clue of what is actually worth more on those items. So that one there says original stoppers. So I don't know how I would tell that they have the original. Oh, actually, I probably do know because I'm just looked at one of these pigs here now, and it's got NatWest on the actual stopper. So I'm assuming that if it has NatWest on the stopper, it will actually be the original. Now that one doesn't have NatWest on the stopper, so I'm not sure about that one. It doesn't actually have NatWest on the stopper, so I'm not sure. But it seems like if you have that one does as well. I think the majority will do. I think if you have the original stoppers, that might help them slightly. Just going off that one being sold for 70 quid. Although that could have just been a little bit of a fluke, to be honest. It's going very weird, the webcam, innit? So yeah, 70 quid there. So I'm quite happy with that for what I've got into them personally, for what I've got invested into them personally. I might go for 60 quid plus my postage and then see. I could shoot a little bit higher, I could shoot for 70, but it's whether I get that. Because I say that one's not sold there. But certainly I think what I'm going to do is sell them as a full set. I don't feel that it would be best to actually sell these as, break them off and sell them like that. I mean, up here, I don't know whether I saw one up here. Yeah, so this was Wade NatWest. You can see this one here. Baby Woody, £4 plus postage. So I really do think that the value does kind of drop quite a lot with separating these off, except for maybe certain rare ones, as George actually pointed out in the chat here. He said, look up Wade NatWest Pig Cousin Wesley. So I'm just going to copy that there, and let's actually see pig. Let's actually piggy bank. See what this rare one goes for then. So here we go. So NatWest, and this is what you can do when you're doing your research. This is how I personally get led on to things. You might be scrolling down. You could maybe filter by on the sort tab here, filter by highest price first. I know a lot of people do that. And then you get to know the market a little bit more. You get to know what's going on. So Wade NatWest Cousin Wesley Pig with stopper, 120, 184.99 there. We've not got many results because obviously it's a rare item. Oh, I've just clicked completed there. I should be clicking sold. So let me just re-establish that and sold. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, same results, but I'm assuming that this bottom one here, 18.99, is just for the box, and no Wesley, no Wesley pig. So yeah, that is pretty cool. You can see listed people. Someone's gone a little bit higher, thinking, you know, they're obviously trying to shoot for a little bit more, which is fair enough. But yeah, 225 they're trying to shoot for. Whether they get that is another story. But as you can see in solds, it has got 120, and that wasn't so long ago, maybe 10 days ago, something like that. So pretty cool. So that's those NatWest pigs. So if you ever wanted to know what they go for, you obviously now know. Everyone got the baby Woody just for opening an account, so loads of them around. That's very interesting because that shows why that baby Woody doesn't go for as much money. So that's quite interesting actually. So yeah, that maybe the father, I don't know what he was called again, Sir Nathaniel, I think it was, or something. Maybe he is a slightly more rare one, not like a mega rare one, but a slightly more uncommon one. Let's say maybe not rare, but uncommon. So yeah, that's those. So those pigs, I was happy with them. Next, I thought this would be worth more than it is. I researched it before I'll just quickly flip back onto this tab here. So this is Airways. Airways, it's by Parker. You can see there. Oh, not there. Where is it? Parker. But I'm just trying to focus in on the logo there. It's quite an older logo, an older style logo. Not sure whether that was maybe early 70s we did that style logo. I'm not too clued up on my board games anymore because I don't sell tons of them. I'm trying to find some sort of date indication on here, but I can't. But yeah, Airways. So pretty cool, funky looking vintage board game. When I looked at that, I flipped back onto the computer again. When I looked at that, I thought that was a £30 board game. I really did. I thought, this is going to be 30 quid, maybe 40 quid, something like that. Just by the look of it, it's a nice vintage one. It has a good vintage look. You know what I'm going to do actually as well is I'm going to turn you around so then that lighting's not too much in your way. But I did actually think, that game would be £30-40, but as you'll see in a minute, it's not that great. As I say, I'm just going to tilt you around a little bit here so that then it's a little bit better with the lighting. So anyway, we will get on and type this in. So it was Airways Parker board game. If we type this in here, you can see I've come straight onto sold listings. It's already highlighted, and you see £10 plus £6 postage. We've got £10 there, free postage, £13.49. We've got £19.99 there, so that's not too bad. What I'll do, I mean, if we click out of sold listings, you can see, £9.90 plus a fiver, £19.99, £34.99. Someone's trying to shoot a little bit high, and I think that, to be honest, this game kind of does deserve that sort of price level. I think, just personally, I feel it should be a £25-30 game. That's its kind of level. But sometimes things aren't worth what you think they should be worth, or what they're just not worth that amount, So I could do one of two things really. I could shoot high at £34.99 or 30 quid, and go with my heart, and what my heart tells me and says, yeah, this board game deserves that amount of money, but the chances are it would take a long time to sell if I did that. I could go very, very low at 10 quid plus postage, maybe get the sale a little bit quicker. I mean, it's not going to be the fastest sale ever because, it's a vintage board game. You got to wait for the right person, but it shouldn't be really, really mega slow. But what I'm actually going to do is probably go midway, at this sort of like £19.99 level, £14.99 plus postage, £19.99 free post, something like that. That's where I'm gonna go, because I can't bring myself to sell it for a tenner plus postage, or a tenner free postage. But I can't see there being any point for me personally in waiting it out for 30 quid for what could be the best part of a year, or maybe even longer. So yeah, I'm gonna probably go where this guy's priced it, you know, this sort of price level. But it's unfortunate because it's a nice game. It looks like quite a cool game, quite an interesting game, but it just doesn't command that much. I mean, we can see down here actually. This gives me hope. There's one gone for 19.99 on the 14th of Jan. So it, you know, it's shown that in the past it can go for that kind of price level. So, you know, that gives you a bit of confidence that you could get it sometime in the future. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do with that one. So I'll just quickly look in the chat. So we've got Bumcrack Picker in there. Hi there. We've got Crispy. Oh, Crispy actually already jumped in. I have one of those Airways games, not worth that much. George says, hi, Bumcrack. Yeah, it's okay. So it deserves whatever someone pays. Yeah, very true, Martin. It does. But again, it's like with it deserves it, the true thing is with price is it's what the true price is what anyone wants to pay for it, what anybody is willing to pay for something. That's the true value. However, personally, I feel that I would pay, you know, 25 or 30 pounds. Like when I think about it, I would pay that. So it does annoy me when, well, not annoy me, but it does frustrate me a little bit when things aren't up to the value that I would feel like they're up to, or that I would be willing to pay for something. So, but the fact is, you can't go against the market, or you can go against the market, but it might not be the best decision for you. You've got to price at what people are willing to pay for it. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do. I could go really high and just wait it out, but it's probably not going to sit well with me, you know, because I'll just be waiting. So, next I have, what else do I have in here? So, next I have this kind of, I'll just flip back onto me again, one sec. The lighting should be a little bit better now. There we go, that's better lighting. So next I have this little child's doll. I've sold a few dolls in the past. I've sold Cabbage Patch dolls. I've sold Cindy dolls. I've sold porcelain dolls. I've sold other plastic dolls. I've done quite a lot with dolls, but I've not really showed it on video that much. But no, I have actually sold quite a few dolls. And I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm not making up anything, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about with dolls, even though I have sold a few. But this is just a little plastic doll. I think it is anyway. Famosa, made in Spain. I don't know whether you're going to pick that up very well. I don't think you are. I don't think so. But it's Famosa, made in Spain. So I just kind of threw this in the bundle. As you can see, it's got these kind of eyes that go back and forth. Well, I don't know whether it'll do it now. But it kind of, the eyes like kind of go down a little bit when you push it in a certain direction. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just like a little doll. Seems like it's, you know, a vintage one. I don't know, maybe 70s or something like that. So we're just going to type this in, Famosa doll, I suppose. Let's just type Famosa doll in there. See what comes up first off. So as you can see, Famosa baby doll, Spanish brand, which obviously mine was made in Spain as well. Oh, we've got John Bleddy in the chat. Hi there, John. I have about 30 dolls. I think they are a fail for me, but only cost £3 a lot. All 80s, 90s. I think China heads and feet. To be honest, dolls, I've had a lot of the Leonardo collection ones, the porcelain ones, and they're not great. They do, you know, obviously there's certain ones, you know, there's rare ones like with everything, but a lot of them, you struggle to even get a tenner for them, to be honest. I mean, I've had to accept a few low offers on them, stuff like that. I mean, I generally got these dolls, I got a lot of them, like I got about 30 or 40 of them for about 50 quid. So I was in them for just over £1 each, so it's not too bad, you know. But I took a bit of a risk with it. Some of the accessories do kind of sell a little bit, but again, not for really great money. The Leonardo collection ones that I've had, I don't think they're necessarily the best brand to look out for with dolls or anything like that. But certainly they are actual porcelain ones. So as you can see here, Famosa baby doll, Spanish brand, £13.99. Now, obviously, mine's got a bit of clothing on, but it's very, very similar to that one. It doesn't have hair, though. This one has hair here. So, yeah, £13.99 for that one. We've got some, I think these are international, yeah, United States. Now, you can also actually, if you don't know, I know a lot of you, I'm not trying to patronize you, a lot of you will know this, but for those of you who don't know, you can just click UK only up here. and then it filters out all the international sales if you don't want to view them. I don't generally do that often. I do it when I'm sniping a little bit, but oh, am I even on? I'm not even off. I'm not even on the blooming screen. Sorry about that. So right, I'll start that again. So we've got one up here, which I was saying is a Famosa baby doll, Spanish brand, $13.99. But as I was saying, it has hair actually, and mine doesn't have hair, but it has. Mine does have clothes. And then I filtered out what I did then was I just clicked item location UK only instead of default. So then it filtered out any of the other international sales that I was looking at, because I do that with sniping. You know, I filter out the international results for sniping because obviously I'm not going to snipe something that is halfway around the world. I'd rather snipe things that are in the UK to get it quite quickly and not pay a ridiculous postage charge. So I do that with my sold results sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, as you can see, we've got another Famosa there, 550 plus post, not a lot. Famosa Interactive. Now, I don't think mine's an interactive doll, but as you can see there, 15 quid. We've got another Famosa there, 5 quid plus post. So it doesn't look like it's anything special. I'll probably shoot. I mean, well, let's just check. Just going to check off sold listings again, and then we'll see on that. So, yeah, I mean, you can see, you know, even like listed, they're coming in for about sort of that 10 quid range. There's one there for 35 quid. I don't know whether they're going to get that. Doesn't look like. Oh, it's a life size one, but I think mine's a life size one actually. Oh, 23 inches. No, that's not life. But a baby wouldn't be 23 inches in real life. What the hell? I don't even get that. But anyway, so mine isn't 23 inches. So that rules out mine. But I think I'm probably gonna go about a tenner on that. I'll do a little bit more research, obviously, but it doesn't look like it's brilliant. Maybe a tenner plus postage, something like that, and just have a see. You know, wait it out a little bit. So yeah, that's that one. So I'm just gonna whip in the chat. We've got Peter in there. Sorry, I didn't say hi to you, Peter. I paid £10 for 48 pigging. 48 pigging. You mean 48 of the NatWest pigs? Do you mean, or something that I don't know? BCP, how's the YouTube day? The YouTube day. Why? What's BCP done? Has he done like YouTube all day or something, like watching YouTube videos all day? So anyway, well, I've got a couple of other bits. So I'll show you a couple of other bits. I've got a load, again, included in this bundle from the charity shop. I'll just flick you back on to where I am. And I will remember to actually flip you back onto the screen next time. I will remember. I got a load of these Blue Peter annuals. I think there was some really early ones as well in here. We've got Blue Peter, BBC TV. And this is number 1. This is the first annual. Now, unfortunately, you can see there it has heavy wear to the spine. Now I did research this one in particular. There is a few other earlier ones in there that I've not researched. But I'll just quickly type in Blue Peter Annual. I was quite intrigued by these because I'll flip you back onto. I nearly forgot. Right, there we go. So I was quite intrigued by these. So Blue Peter Annual. I'll type in I'll just type in 1. Generally what I do as well with these searches when I'm doing research on my phone or on my computer is I try and do quite broad search terms, so then it kind of gets as many results as I can rather than like being really specific, because when I've done that in the past I've not really found it that helpful because I might not get many results or something like that. So I sometimes do specific searches, but what I do is I like to start off nice and broad the search, only a few words, maybe 3 or 4 words, and then hone it down. Now, if it is a more collectible item or antique item that needs, you need specific results to actually find it, then that's what you do, isn't it? But with these more general things, I like to do broad searches. So you can see here we've got one on for 70 quid, but ignore these ones that are actually on until you've looked at solds, because they're not, they're nothing really, and I know most of you know that anyway. Now we've got one here, Blue Peter Annual number 1, first edition. Now I don't know how I would tell if this is an actual first edition. I mean, there must be some indication in the cover, like on Harry Potter books or something like that, that would say. But on some books, it sometimes doesn't actually just say or state specifically first edition, and sometimes it's kind of like cracking a little bit of a code. Now let me just see here. No, I can't see. All I can see is that it was copyright 1964. So yeah, not sure about that. We'll click into here. Let me just see this here, because I mean it looks pretty much the same. Theirs is in better, well, slightly better condition than mine, not that much more. You know, not that better. And they've got 1949 for theirs. So now I don't like dealing with things. I find it very hard. And it looks like that's it for results actually. But I find it very hard when I've got something, and I don't know whether other people find this as well, but when you've got something in acceptable condition or in poor condition, I find it very hard to actually price accordingly, because especially with things like this, mine is in slightly worse condition than theirs was, and I'm like, can I get 1949 for this? I'm not sure, you know. And you have to kind of debate with yourself. Maybe sometimes you have to shoot a little bit high, like you might shoot for that and then work your way down. That's a good way of going about it. But I don't know. I mean, I might be tempted to whack this on for $14.99 and see, and you know, really photograph it well. You know, photograph the flaws and stuff and see. As you can see, there's only one on for 70 quid. So I've not really got that much competition on an item like this. So I don't know, but I'm inclined to ignore that 70 quid. I'm sure that there'll be some people who would go on there and would price, you know, something like this in better condition in line with that guy's 70 quid. However, you can't look necessarily at listed values. You've got to look at what the market is telling you in sold listings. So the market is telling me that it's not worth 70 quid and that people aren't prepared to pay it. So I don't think that I would be, even in this condition, I wouldn't be going 40 quid or 50 quid. I just don't think it's going to sell for that. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe 15 quid, something like that, I'd be tempted to do on that. And if it sells really quick, then I've made a mistake. Then I need to, you know, go back to the drawing board next time when I have one and think, right, I've got to price this higher. But I just don't think there would be any point in setting a very, very high price for an item like this, especially with the condition it's in and what solds are telling me. So yeah, is it signed by Shep? Shep. This book belongs to Julia Barnton, so someone's wrote in it. Doesn't look like it's signed anywhere in there. I'll just one sec. If we go back onto me, it's not signed anywhere in there. And I'll just go back onto the front page. And as you can see, not signed anywhere in there. It has got this book belongs to and got a name in there. But yeah, so that's that. So that was that Blue Peter album. So I don't know, I might tend to go about 15 quid on that. And then as you can see over here, we've got a load more Blue Peter annuals. So what I'm going to do now is most of these, I think I'm just going to job lot. I might pull out a few, and this is generally what I do with my process. I might pull out a few of the earlier ones and then research them separately. So I might, you know, like literally, if the stream wasn't on now, like this is what I'd be doing. So I'd be going into, this is why you get like a first-hand look at what I'm doing. This is why I really wanted to do this kind of video. So this is what I'd do next. I'd see if I've got number 2, and then I'd think, right, what does number 2 go for? And then is it worth me bundling number 1 and 2 together, or maybe number 1, 2, and 3 together? Or is it maybe me just worth selling what number 1, number 2, and number 3 separately, even though, you know, I could have bundled them, but maybe you could get more money separately. So this is kind of what I'm going to do. So, you know, number 2. And I believe I do have number 2 in here somewhere. Or it might be number 3 I have actually. But if we go on here, you know, number 2. So someone's got 650 plus posts, so it's probably worth, you know, doing that individually. I'd probably just stick 9.95 free post on it, because it's basically the same thing. However, if I do 9.95 free post, I'm not paying the postage fee, you know, the fee on the postage. But yeah, and I've definitely got this one down here. This, I think it's the 7th one. Now I don't know where it is specifically, but it is in here somewhere. So I have got that 7th one. That's the 11th one. That's the 6th one. Ah, there's the 6th one. So that's the 6th one. So if we type in number 6, you know, and I would just go through accordingly, and it doesn't matter if it takes a little bit of time, because I'd rather it take a little bit more time and me kind of know that I've not, you know, missed a gem. But as you can see down here, vintage 1978 number, oh no, that's number 14, that's not number 6. But I can't see any number 6 except in these bundles here. We've got Blue Peter vintage annuals 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, they've got autograph signed. So again, this is what you kind of get with doing your research. You get to find out that, you know, now these signed ones obviously there's some more value to them, which you would expect, but it's kind of nice when you're doing this little bit of research to kind of pick up on these things, and then when you're out in the field next, you kind of know that, oh, that's what I'm looking out for on that particular item. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is just type in Blue Peter annual job lot, because a lot of these will be going in the job lot, like the later ones, but you know, if I see that we've not got any value, like book 23 here, so I can see this is exactly what I saw when I was researching them before I was buying them. There's not much value in them really. I mean, there's like, you know, 20 Blue Peter annuals, 10.50 accepted an offer, plus your postage, and obviously all that postage is going to go on postage because they are going to be quite heavy. So yeah, not great on that one there. You can see there's only two sold listings. So let's type in maybe bundle and see if that brings up any more results. Let me just take that space out here. Oh, I'm still on here. Right, there we go. Sorry, I'm messing it up again. So what I was doing is basically searching in Blue Peter annual, and I was doing a job lot. So I was searching for job lots right now. So I was searching Blue Peter annual job lot. So what I was saying before is that the job lots don't go for good money, as you can see here. £10.50 plus £6.50 postage. So really, you know, not a lot of money. However, what I was going to do then is just type in bundle and just see if, you know, certain bundles do better. So you can see here 27 vintage volumes, 1 to 28 Blue Peter annuals, number 23 missing, 27 quid accepted an offer. Maybe that was a 20 quid offer, something like that. But yeah, and then you can go down the list. You can see, look, book 15, £1.75. Again, not really doing worth doing individually. But what you can do, go through all the different annuals, and you can think, right, you know, where are we? What kind of what ones are worth selling individually, what ones are worth job lotting, and then you just can kind of gauge a job lot price based on the other job lots that have sold. But I've just seen here something that I actually haven't researched, so I'll quickly flip back onto myself again. So these are EastEnders albums. These are EastEnders annual, sorry, not albums. EastEnders special. So I don't know whether these are numbered in any sort of order, but I'm gonna go back onto my computer and I'm gonna go and search EastEnders annuals. So if we go here, so again, this one looks like the 1987 annual, and I don't know what this one is because I can't even see it, but you can see on sold, £5 plus post, so nothing amazing really. I'll see if I can see on listed this other one. No, I can't. Ah, there's one. EastEnders first annual 1986. So really, these two kind of go hand in hand. Was that other one the 1987 one? Yeah, 1987. So these go hand in hand. This can be a nice little bundle. I'll probably stick £10, either £10 plus post or £10 free post on that bundle. So that's quite nice because that's a little extra. I didn't actually, you know, I didn't factor that into what I was buying. So yeah, quite happy with that. I'll probably stick that on. Now, you're telling me, you know, maybe newer people are probably saying, now, how do you know that you can stick 10 quid plus post on that? Well, it's not, it's a guess, you know, it's a guess based on experience. So you can see here that, you know, this one isn't listed. This Albert Square one isn't listed. So you could chance it and list that on its own for a tenner plus postage. And maybe some people would. However, I can see that the other 1987 one has gone for a fiver. So generally with things like this, I just double the price, add my postage on, and then there's, you know, I'll flip back onto me again. This flipping back into is getting very I'm really forgetting to do this, but you know, I'll you know, fiver each or whatever plus my postage, and there's a nice bundle. So that's what I'll do with those. If I sell them quick, then I sell them quick, you know, and I've undersold them a little bit. But to be honest, I don't think that that one is worth a tenner plus post on it. So maybe someone would buy it in the end, but I think that a nice little bundle together for a tenner plus post, someone will have that quite easily. So yeah, that's those. So obviously I've got a lot of other you know, Blue Peter annuals, a lot of other you know, newer annuals. I'm just going to quickly look in the chat. I need to do some work, Peter, once I get away from YouTube. Bumcrack Picker says. We've got, let me just go up the chat slightly. Oh no, that's it anyway, we're okay. I was supposed to be giving my YouTube watching a rest today, but saw a notification, so had to watch. I didn't know whether the actual notifications would work for this. That's what I normally do. Ads, the world whizzes around outside my house while I watch too much tube. Oh, that's awesome. Is this a record time for ads staying on topic? Yeah, it probably is actually, Andy. Right then, let me just see. I find that with some of the annuals, it's worth offering international shipping as some were released in UK. Yeah, very true. That would be good. I mean, I could probably go on GSP anyway, so I could probably do them on GSP. I don't think we're like what's the word? Like, you know, you can't put them on GSP, so I'll just do that. Well, there will be more YouTube live videos in 3 hours, BCP. Why? Who is it today? What day are we? When? I didn't think there was any other YouTube live today, because that's kind of why I chose Wednesday to do this, because I thought at least I'm not stepping on anyone else's toes. But yeah, so basically what I'll do next, you know, is just go through these Blue Peter ones. You know, I just like, this is what I do next, just to show you very quickly. And I will just double check I have actually, yeah, I've flipped back on. So Blue Peter Annual 25. So what I would do just before, you know, I start bundling things up unnecessarily, is I would actually check, you know, Blue Peter Annual 2025, not 25th, 25. And you can see there 245 World of Books. You know, and then I'd just go, maybe, I know I've got the 23rd annual, so I'd go 23. And I see nothing's really sold other than in a job lot. So it looks like really after maybe the 5th or 6th book, it's not really worth doing, you know, in terms of individually. Now I did see, yeah, oh no, that one was with an autograph actually, wasn't it? The 5, 6, 7, and 8. But you know, it might be worth playing around with a few smaller bundles rather than just one bigger bundle. That might be worth playing around with. It's kind of just what suits me on a certain day with these job lots. Like, sometimes I'll do one big job lot for something if I look at solds and, you know, we've gone in job lots like that. But other times what I'll do is I'll split them off. Like, you know, one day I might think, right, I'm in the mood to do a big bundle today. And then another day I might think, right, I'll split them off into 4 or 5 bundles for lower value. Just really depends on how I'm feeling on the day. But it looks like maybe those Blue Peter annuals are better in some sort of job lot, you know, not necessarily all individually. But yeah, I'll leave it there then, guys, because I've been talking for a while now. I'm sorry about the lighting issues, and I'm sorry about forgetting to actually click onto the computer screen on OBS. It is my first time doing this, so just give me a bit of leeway. I will be doing more of these style in the future when I get some stuff in, you know, and then go for a few items with you. So if just before I go, if you enjoyed this video, despite the few technical issues, if you enjoyed it, please do say in the chat that, you know, if you would like to do it, for me to do it again. If you're watching this back on replay, just comment down below whether you enjoyed it, whether you got any value out of it, and obviously I'll do them again in the future. But I do like going live. I want to go live a little bit more over the coming weeks, because I feel a little bit more connected to you know, my subscribers. So I do want to kind of introduce a few more different live videos and you know, things that maybe other people aren't particularly doing either. So, and I'm kind of not just doing what everyone else is doing. and I can give a little bit fresh content. George says, yeah, thumbs up. Thank you very much, George. Chris B says, thumbs up. George says, I like random live chats while I'm working. I think it's nice. I think YouTube Live is perfect for resellers because they just can't, you know, with reselling, it could be a lonely job. You're sorting all day long. You might be in your, you know, in your shed or in a garage or in, you know, in a spare room, and you're on your own. And with a live stream, at least it's just somewhat a voice in the room, basically. Peter says, good show. What I caught live as I was busy. Thank you very much, Peter. Bumcrack Picker said, good show, ads. Thank you very much, BCP. So I will leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. If you did enjoy it, like you've just all mentioned, please do give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I will see you in the next one, guys. So see you very soon.